not exciting. I want to hear like, I'm here to.
But I'm trying to keep my stuff
together.
together.
Yeah, you can't hit a child. He's a man now. He's 18, isn't he? Yeah, you can hit that dude up. Yeah, that kid.
Take the valve cover off, make sure everything's healthy.
You guys did a fair bit of work. You got here early, right?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I've redone the turbo kit. I've, I don't know, a bunch of shit actually.
Suspension?
Yeah, change the coilover back. What, you're videoing right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even trying to talk about it.
I know, that's what makes it better.
No, see, what makes it better is when I'm like, yeah, we got here, Salt Lake City, round 7 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Track's pretty sick, the facility is sick, the weather's great. And yeah, right now I'm pulling the valve covers off, just make sure everything's good with the rockers, make sure push rod, everything looks good. And yeah, we've been here since me and Cameron got here Monday. The rest of the crew got here last night. Just making sure the car's 100% ready to go for practice because we only get 3 hours before qualifying. So practice is going to be super crucial to make sure we get all of our laps that we, or as many laps as we can with the time given. So,
do you think your drag racing heritage is going to help you in this?
Yeah, no.
No?
No. I don't think it's going to be so bad as a drag race because you're going to slow down so much, and I think it's not going to matter as much.
You think like by the first zone that you'll be able to like
if you wanted to, people are going to have to initiate at the 2 or 3, so you could just wait till the 1 and suck up.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not trying to get gapped though either, so yeah, I'm trying to gap other people.
But we'll see. Mr. 1320 here. You know.
Yeah, but I was roll racing, and they say that's going to the bakery.
What?
Roll racing, man.
Oh, going to the bakery. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, roll racers get made fun of for. It's not real racing.
What do they call drifters then?
Dude, I don't even know.
I don't know. I just figured. I figured with your heritage of drag racing and this being the
if we can get the car not to miss on the run up, that's the biggest problem we're having right now.
Still missing?
Yeah, it's been missing bad. What happened when I was chasing Forsberg at Seattle? I got gapped on the run up because it missed 3 times every shift. That's why I'm pulling the valve covers just to make sure everything's good.
Fingers crossed.
It'll be good.
It'll be good.
If not, fix it, rebuild it, take it apart. It's just no less.
Just do it all. Yeah, just do it all before qualifying.
Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How about rapping conscious but he ignorant? How you from the hood but still gon' go legitimate? How you fuck a bunch of but they still respect the women? He still rolling in Sonata, he just got the window still in. Homie stab me in the back and that can never be forgiven. And my palms been itching, man, I like your superstition. You can't have my phone number unless we running up the digits. Let me meditate, I just need a couple minutes. Gotta know for me, my cojones to the big ass. When I get high, I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian.
He looks busy. I'll let him be busy. Who wants to talk? Cameron?
What are we talking about?
What happened?
What happened?
We always talk to Jonathan. We never talk to Cameron. Cameron's the real man behind the scenes.
Not really. I don't feel like I am. I don't know. Just chasing random stuff, I feel like.
So we had an issue, throttle body melted.
Yeah, well, sticking. I don't know if it was melted or if it was, I don't know, just wore out. Tired from pops and bangs. And also there's been that cough and intake that we've been fighting. So I don't know if that's been pushing back on it and stressing it out and maybe causing issues. But at least it showed itself now and not in comp tomorrow or qualifying when it really matters. So at least now we have time to mess with it and try and make sure everything's right.
You speak so quietly, sir. It's okay. I'm sure I can recover this audio.
Oh man, here we go. One of the loudest, if not the loudest vehicle in Formula Drift competition. And here we go, the AZ Rags BMW. Jonathan, the pride of Paducah, Kentucky. Here we go. Jonathan Hurst comes into, quick little yank of the brake. Look at the yank of the brake. Now comes into the inside clip. That was well done. You talking about the clip, not the line. cone. How does he handle his final outside zone? Feel it?
Wow.
Okay, little gravel guy.
But that might have been past the finish line.
I believe that was. I feel like it was just past, because you saw the cone and then you saw the gravel. Let's take a look at it again here. What do we got?
So a couple of bobbles there at the approach to inside clip 1, but a good line through inside clip 1, outside zone 1 and 2. A little bit of a bobble there as he approaches the inner clip, but he's on throttle. He's making it look good. Outside zone 3, you ran that line. Look at that right rear tire.
That is a very chaseable run.
Yes, it is. That's a beautiful line.
That was a really good line. Like overall, that was fun to watch. It's great to see Jonathan Hurst step up and rise to the occasion. This is where, I mean, keep in mind, Ryan, we've had a different winner each round. What do we got? That's a 92. Jonathan Hurst. This is so, dude, how crazy would it be?
All right, I mean, I'm feeling okay. Like, to me, it's just qualifying, so yeah, cool, I got a 92. But what matters the most is going into battles. We gotta see who we go against in top 32, because obviously that's what's gonna mean the most. It is cool to finally score in the 90s in Pro 1, but just like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. My goal is just to take it all the way and get a podium and go from there. But what's good is the car did run really good, and could feel confident in the car now, and hopefully we can take this momentum into top 32 practice and run some clean chase laps, because we haven't gotten any chase laps at all yet, so we'll go from there and see.
Chili's?
It's too far, man.
What?
I can't afford to drive 20 miles.
Did you just tell me Chili's is too far?
Yeah, dude.
You just said Chili's is too far.
You didn't get a rental car like you said, so.
I didn't say I was getting a rental car.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Yep.
I will go back. I literally said,
cool, you said we'll split it, so you should go get it.
I heard him say it.
I know.
Yeah.
You yawn.
Broadcast photographer.
Oh!
Spacer between the axle and the
Hey, if you need a runner, that Subaru is still in.
So, what's up? We haven't talked about this.
Yeah, no. So today, hold on. Let's get the back. Hold up. Let me get fixed. All right. So today was we had warm up, top 32 practice. Car felt good. First lap out. Didn't do too hot chasing Turk. It was wet though from the morning rain, and kind of just understeered. He kind of blew zone 1 anyway, so it's just kind of a wash. Went out, did a really good lead run with Denopa pushing my door all the way around the track, but it was still sick. Went to do another chase, didn't get a good lead for me to get a good chase in, which kind of sucked, and that was our last chase run, which was not good at all. But so we're kind of going into battles with no real chase runs yet, which is kind of a bummer. But I think our lead runs are doing really well, and I think if you do a good lead run here, you could win the. I think you could win here just by doing really good lead runs and doing a decent chase.
Kind of trailing off there. What's the plan against Sorensen?
The plan against Sorensen is to win. That's all I got. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going out there, doing something, just driving, trying not to run over him, and just win.
It's not exciting. I want to hear like, I'm here to.
But I'm trying to keep my stuff
together.
Together.
Yeah, you can't hit a child. He's a man now. He's 18, isn't he? Yeah, you can hit dude up. He's like the camera's still on again.
Here we go. The loudest car, I think, in Formula Drift. Jonathan Hurst, the pride of Paducah, that AZ Rags BMW going against another BMW, the young buck, that is Brandon Sorensen, into that first outside zone. See how, ooh, look at that, Brandon Sorensen narrowly almost hitting Jonathan Hurst. And now into that inside clip, you see him knocking it over. Now into that final outside zone. Let's see how Jonathan Hurst handles it. He gets into it, Brandon Sorensen flirting with the edge, but Hurst right there on the edge of the course. Woo! Almost hitting that drone cam there with some shrapnel coming off the top there, but really well done by Hurst. You saw Sorensen, Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift. Here we go. Brandon Sorensen will now lead from Las Vegas, going against Jonathan Hurst. Jonathan Hurst pacing him here. So Brandon Sorensen's got. Here comes Sorensen out front. 98 miles an hour into that inside clip. You saw a little bit of correction there again. We saw that in his chase run, so maybe a little timid there going into that inside clip. Now, past the second inside clip, Jonathan Hurst, I think, has an opportunity to catch him here, maybe pacing him by design. But Brandon Sorensen, look at that. Oh, buddy! Bang, bang. Okay, we get into the door, so I have to think that Sorensen came out of drift there and got to the side of Jonathan Hurst. That should be interesting. And again, oh man, look at that door. Oh, okay, we got some suicide doors here. Is that a Lincoln Continental all of a sudden?
All right, as we watch the replay, I think the big question here is what happened at the finish line. And I've been watching the replay on our little other screen here, and it looked like, so right there, let's start there. Sorensen had an issue at inside clip 1, and it threw Hurst off a little bit, but Hurst gets back on it, mimics the line through here. As he transitions for zone 3, he's just outside that box, but right here at the finish line, you can even see Sorensen's hands inside, unwinding the wheel. You can see him hand over hand. So there is something that occurred at the finish line, and it's going to go Jonathan Hurst's way.
All right, there it is. Jonathan Hurst gets the victory.
So you want to talk about it while you're like all pumped?
Yeah, no. I mean, it was our first official legit top 32 win this year. Sorensen I did a really good lead lap. Felt really comfortable, really solid. But my spotter told me that Brandon was right there on me, so I knew I had to throw down a good lap. And I was doing great on initiation, and then all of a sudden he kind of bobbled, and it threw me off a little bit, and I got gapped for a minute, and that really made me in my head think I was not doing very well. So I did everything to do to sacrifice to get right back to his door. And then in the last zone, he just started to like slow up at the end, and I tapped him, but I was gonna lag if I let off, so I just clutch kicked again. And I mean, I hate to hit people's stuff, but just to make sure I knew that I was gonna cross the finish line with him and make sure he can't spin on me, I just went ahead and kind of ramped him a little bit, but luckily we got the win.
It was good. It was sick, dude. It was sick.
Man, the hits just keep on coming. So Castro with a little bit of a blow there and calling that comp timeout. Whew. The plot thickens. So as we move on, what was to be our last battle, we still have other battles to complete. Again, one half of both the Gucci Field, the other half of the Castro Olsen, which it was just a failure to launch. Right now we move on to Jonathan Hurst, the pride of Paducah, AZ Rags BMW, against Japan's own, the By Now Japan S15, that's Wataru Masayama. All right, so here we are, taking a look. Again, we have already 5 drivers in our Link ECU Grade 8. Who's coming in to join him? Jonathan Hurst, coming out swinging. I believe this is his first Grade 8 in FD. Initiates, big, aggressive initiation. Past that inside clip, goes into that first outside zone. Transition to the second outside zone. Wataru Masayama. Looks like Jonathan Hurst, big angle past that second inside clip. Well done by Jonathan Hurst. Now to that final outside zone. Fills all that Masayama. You can see him finding it. Man, great job by both the drivers. You see Masayama exceeding just a little bit right before the finish line. I'll tell you what, Hurst popping and locking, throwing some dirt on his Masayama. But if you can recall again, Jonathan Hurst had a treacherous round 1.
Hurst is going to have to do a great job in the chase. the chase can only be as good as the lead,
Yep.
right? If there's a mistake in the lead, then the chase has to adapt to that, and you can't really blame the chase for those mistakes when it's the lead that made them.
The drift. And here we go. Masayama out front, as you said, analyzing that. Love this eye in the sky. I think it's great to see. Look at that 101.4. Big, massive entry there from Masayama. Can Hurst hang tough? And no, he does not. He spins out, he rotates. Masayama continues on through the course. Into that second clip. Look at Masayama. Absolutely on pace. You think he likes his track? Duh. Yeah. This is Masayama land right now. Well done. 101 mile per hour, very fluid, and I would say that this kind of has a J-type feel, so it might suit his driving style. We've seen Masayama compete at Formula Drift Japan, and here he is throwing down a really good run, and unfortunately for Hurst, I believe this is going to be the end of the road. As you saw that kind of checkup, and now spinning out, that just really seals in the flavor.
Hurst closing in there, and then his front wheels are pointing left for a while. Gets trying to get the car to get that front end to bite, and then once he gets around that corner, the car over rotates, he spins, and he'll be given an incomplete for that.
A great battle, unfortunately, just Masayama dominant over Hurst.
All right, so top 16 didn't go as planned. I definitely botched my chase run, obviously, and spun out. In the first run, I kind of had some understeering issue after the first interclip going into outside zone 1 to outside zone 2, and I was able to save it, but I missed zone 2. Finished out the run, was pretty good, but my chase, I knew that he was going to have a crazy initiation, so I wanted to give him some room on that, let him do his thing, and then try to close the door really quick. And when I went to do that, I just understeered right into zone 1, and finally, once the front end caught, I was at the rumble strips, and it just spun me around, and it was a huge bummer for me because I felt like we could have went pretty far today. But it is what it is. We'll take this momentum that we have and go into Irwindale and do the best we can. And
Win it or bin it, last event.
no, let her eat.
Let her eat, Pete. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, and if you guys would go like and subscribe to the channel. Jacob's been slacking a little bit, so sorry.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to film when he gets home.
True.
As you've joined us here this evening, you can see in their natural habitat, FD crew members breaking down their kill. They've seen taking this large mammal down, now ripping the skeleton apart for its pieces for scrap to sell with the copper they took from the house next door.